Hi guys, so I do realize that it's been a very long time since I made a video. I also realize that this is really horrible lighting, but this is the best I can do right now. Maybe in the future it will get better. I've just had a lot of requests lately to just do like a quick tutorial on my everyday, like simple, natural, easy makeup. And I'm not gonna go too into detail on each specific thing that I'm doing, but if you do have questions, like if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how I'm doing, like say my eyebrows or you know, whatever, I can totally do that. You guys just let me know. Oh my gosh, I haven't done this in forever and it feels so weird, but also like it was just a really natural thing for me to do when I first started doing it. Like it just felt so comfortable, and it's already like feeling less and less awkward like the more I'm talking. So I don't know, maybe that's weird to some people, but first off, I always start with a moisturizer. These are my two favorites. This is the Garnier Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. This one is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Gel Cream for extra dry skin. Now, if you are someone who typically has oily skin, you still need to moisturize because your skin is oily because your skin is telling the oil like her skin is too dry, so it's overcompensating for the amount of oil that your skin actually needs. So yeah, need to moisturize even if you're super oily. And I really like the gel creams because they really do absorb right into the skin super fast, and when you're doing makeup right after, you kind of need it to absorb super fast so you don't get like weird textured areas. Okay, and then I just flip my nose ring in so I don't get makeup on it and all that. Usually I don't really struggle with acne, but I'm on my cycle right now, so I just have a couple spots around my mouth. Last night I had a bit of a little breakdown, we can call it. And sometimes when I cry, I get like these little broken capillaries, I don't really know, but it's not cute, and it takes a while for them to go away. I also did not shave my brows just because I didn't feel like it today, but normally I do. So first off, because I have these dark circles, you can see how this eye actually looks like I have a bit of a black eye. I don't know why that is. It's been like that since I was probably like 12, or maybe it's always been like that. I really don't know, but as long as I can remember, it's been like that, and it's really bizarre. But yeah, this is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Correcting Concealer, and it's kind of a bit of a chubby pencil here. This is the peachy color in peach. I really like this because it is not dry, it's not greasy, and this orange is really just going to cancel out any of that brown, blue, purpley tones. You can use your fingers, you can use a brush, you can use a wet beauty sponge. I'm just using this little Sonia Kashuk pointed foundation brush. I don't ever use this for foundation because I have a pretty big face and it would take a really long time. You can get this brush at Target. Almost everything that I'm talking about is drugstore. You can get on Walmart or Target. There might be a few things where you might have to go to Ulta or Sephora, but usually I like to keep it drugstore. Just because I'm not insanely rich and makeup costs a lot these days. I remember foundations never used to cost over $10 at the drugstore anyway, and now pretty much all of them are at least $10. And it's really unfortunate because it's really hard to be a collector of something that is so expensive and something you're so passionate about. It really sucks when you can no longer afford to do that. I'm going in with my foundation. I do this first so that the foundation can cover it since it's a color corrector. Sometimes I squirt this on the back of my hand, sometimes I just put it on my face, sometimes I put it on the brush, but I think I'm just gonna put it on my face today. Also, sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a sponge for this. Lately, I've been feeling the brush. I don't know why, it's just what I'm feeling. This is one I've used for a really long time. It's the Sigma Tapered Kabuki F86. Looks like this. This is a pretty expensive brush. You can only get it on Sigma's website. They also have it in the Mall of America, the store. Other times I use a sponge like this. This is the Real Techniques Body Complexion Sponge. They also have a smaller size. I use either one, but like I said, I have a big face, so I like to use the bigger sponge just to get the job done more quickly. I don't use a ton of foundation on my face just because I don't really have that many issues on my forehead normally. And this is the Revlon Color Stay foundation in the shade 110 Ivory. They do have two different formulas, one for oily skin and one for dry skin. My skin honestly does well with either one, so I just kind of switch off. I don't know why, but I think I might like the oily one a little bit better. I don't know, I just feel like the oily one has a bit more coverage. I have quite a bit of redness around my nose, and then also on the sides of my face. My veins pop through my skin. Mostly just because when you're fair, you can see your veins more easily. I don't really think it has to do with having like thin skin, because I actually think I have like normally thick skin, but yeah. And always go down, especially in those areas where you have peach fuzz, because if you go up, you're just going to be applying more makeup onto the peach fuzz, and it's going to cling more and make your peach fuzz not look very cute. I know some people shave their face. I prefer to use Nair on peach fuzz rather than shaving. I feel like it's a little bit less abrasive, but I have shaved like my upper lip. Max is watching Cutie right now, so if you hear her squealing and squawking in the background, she's being watched. Sometimes on certain areas I will add my concealer. I really used to be a big fan of the Tarte Shape Tape. This is $30 though. $30. But I did switch over to the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, and this is $10. So you can see there's a bit of a likeness even in packaging. I wouldn't say that they are exactly the same. The Tarte Shape Tape does dry down a bit more quickly than this. This isn't as matte as that, but I do find that they both have the same amount of coverage and lasting power. So I really like this concealer, especially for under eyes. I don't really use it for blemishes, like acne. Sometimes I do, but other times I'll do it and it doesn't really work that well, so I don't know. Hi, Muffy. Hi. She says, I remember what you're doing. Yeah, Muffy remembers. Sometimes I'll put it over here, but I'm not really... Oh, it doesn't look that bad today, but right here, I don't know if you can see, like, that's just where my veins like to pop through. Sometimes it bothers me, other times I'm like, whatever, I don't really care, but I don't know. Lamora Precision Angled Contour. I could use this for like a nose contour, but yeah, I think I got this off Amazon. This one sometimes for the under eyes because it gets right in there on the lower lash line. And it's like, when it's pressed like this, it's flat against your skin, so you're really gonna get that full coverage effect. Also use concealer to cover up like hairs that you didn't feel like shaving or plucking or waxing. Eyebrow. So you are blending it down so there's not like a weird line of your concealer. Pretty well for covering blemishes this time, but for this big guy right here, I'm going to use the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer in Ultra Light. For that other concealer, I used this shade C1. Squeeze the tiniest little dot of this stuff onto that. You can get this at Walmart. This you can get at Ulta, possibly Walgreens. Finger for this concealer, because I just feel like it works better. And I use two different powders for my under eyes and for my whole face. Base, I use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in 003 Natural. You can get this at Walmart. It looks like it's very cheap and not good quality, but this stuff keeps me matte and not oily, and it just sets my makeup so wonderfully. And I use this little powder puff. Also, get this at Walmart. Much better coverage, and it just presses the makeup into your skin so that it just sets better and it lasts longer and it keeps you not looking shiny. Not looking shiny is I only like to be shiny in certain places of my face. I don't like to look oily, greasy, or dewy. I just like to look a little bit glowier in certain areas. That sounds... I really put too much on my forehead because, like I said, my forehead isn't really a problem area. And for the under eyes, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth powder. This is for normal to dry skin, and I'm in the shade 110 Porcelain. And this one actually comes with its own little puff, so I use that. This one is not drying. I use this under my eyes because you really do get a smooth look. And you do not want it to look dry under your eyes because it makes you look old and that accentuates wrinkles. Like, can you just see how smooth it looks under the eye? It probably looks really funny to some people, but like, I just do it really fast. All over my face and under my eyes just because I've been doing this for so long. And I don't know. Just press it underneath your lashes, because when you put on your mascara and if it's still oily underneath your eye, you're gonna get like the oil's gonna touch the mascara and it's gonna get under your eye and get all smeared. I use this one around my nose because I get really dry around my nose and like crusty, flaky, nasty. So yeah, and also underneath my lip right here. I don't know, I have like psoriasis or something just in those areas on my face, and it's really annoying. For many different bronzers, so it's really just your preference. I've been liking lately, I mean, I like pretty much all of the ones that I have, but they're all different colors. This is a Too Faced Bronzed and Poreless Pore Perfecting Bronzer. Looks like this. Sometimes I can get away with a bronzer that's a little bit more orangey. Contouring though, I do like to use one that's a little bit more cool toned or more on the grayish side. More Tapered Highlighter Contour 113. It's a little brush like this. You can use going in with this bronzer, little circular motions. I just kind of go on the borders of my face. She's mad because she saw me come in here and shut the door. She will be okay. I used to be really precise with my nose contour, but now it's like the more natural effect. So I just go down the sides with this same brush. You don't have to do a nose contour. I don't even really find so much that it contours my nose or even like makes it look smaller, but it just kind of warms up my face. I'm gonna go in with my blush. I don't know if they still make this one anymore, but this is the one I've been using. I have a ton of blushes. Really just use any blush you like. I don't like to use too much blush with glitter in it. Anyway, this is the Milani Powder Blush in Coral Cove. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up that well, but it really is a true coral color. That's about how it looks. My favorite blush brush ever is this Real Techniques blush brush. This is so old that like all the writing is off of it, but it really just looks like a little tulip. You can get this at Walmart also. And a lot of people I see are always tapping off the excess. I don't do that. I don't find a need to do that. I find that that is a waste of product. If you go light-handed, you shouldn't really ever need to do that. Where you are placing your blush on your face really just depends on your face shape and your other facial features. I like to go pretty high up to the eye just because that's what I like. I don't know. And I also kind of blend that in with the bronzer slash contour. If you didn't know, Keely is a screamer. She's okay, I promise. She's just a crabby little girl. That's just how she is right now and how she has been for her entire life. Sometimes it helps you to find out where you should be placing your blush. If you smile right here, this line here, don't go past that line. Sometimes I'll just put a little bit on the bridge of my nose just to further warm up my face. Now time for highlight. My favorite. I love highlights so much. You can use any highlight. Again, I'm not a huge fan of like actual glitter. I really like the metallic shimmer, just really glowy highlights. I don't usually go very subtle with the highlight. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. This is a little travel size that I got in some kind of kit at Ulta a really long time ago. This is one of my favorites that I've been using. Drugstore now has a lot of highlights that I really like. So, and I'm just going on the cheekbone there. I'm going to turn off the light here shortly so you can really see that, because I know with the bright light you can't really see it that well. Maybe now? I don't know. And I also take some on my pinky finger, put it in the inner corners of my eyes just to widen up my eyes, make you look a little bit more alive. Really adding the dimension to your face is what really just makes you look more natural, more youthful. And then I also put a little bit on the tip of my nose. Just kind of blend it in. Sometimes I even take a little bit of that, put it on my collarbone. Just like more glowy. Now for eyebrows, I use the Maybelline Brow Satin. Like this, it's double-sided. You got the pencil on one side, and then you have the brow powder on the other side. I really like this for the natural brow look. I really don't like the stenciled on brow, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. I just kind of lift the brow up and start going in with the strokes to make it look more hair-like. I do have a chickenpox scar right there, so I really have to go over that several times because it's like white. And then I go in with the powder to fill in this part of my brow. That's what I find makes my brows just look really natural, and they don't even look like they have makeup on them. I'll do my brows a little bit darker, but right now I've really been feeling just like this dirty blonde shade. Lips. I use the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in Nude Whisper. It's just like a light nude pink shade. I really just like to pick a shade that's similar to my lips because, as you can see, as I put the foundation on, my lip line kind of disappears there. So I just start outlining where my lip line is. I do overline it a little bit just because. And then I kind of blend it by bringing it down a little bit. I don't know, I just feel like my upper lip is way smaller than my bottom lip. Sometimes I line the bottom lip, but I feel like it looks a lot more obvious, but my lip line does go all the way out to here, so I really do have quite large lips. And then I take my absolute favorite lip product, NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. Sometimes I even mix it with other colors, but 9 times out of 10 I'm wearing this on my lips. And it really does like last all day. It's not sticky, it's so comfortable. Smells like a fortune cookie. I even have dark colors that, you know, can even blend them together to make like a mauve color. This is in the color Devil's Food Cake. Same thing. Eyeshadow. I'm very quickly going to add some Infallible Iced Latte eyeshadow. A light brown eyeshadow and pop that in my crease very quickly. So blend in little circular motions. If you guys want to see a like bright colorful look and how I do that, definitely let me know. Those are my favorites. Very light brown shade, just so I get that little bit of dimension in my eyes. Like, you can barely see this just because I'm using such a light hand, but it really does make a difference. Put on your eyeliner or mascara. It just makes it look like your eyes are just more awake. I mean, I feel like if I don't do certain steps, my eyes literally look like two piss holes in the snow. Like, not even exaggerating. Okay, final step. I'm taking my eyelash curler. My eyelashes really do like to just go stick straight, so this step is essential for me. I just kind of like to pump the curler and just kind of pull it out a little bit, so I'm curling the whole lash and not just the base. Favorite mascaras are L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black and Maybelline The Rocket. I kind of just alternate between those, but this one is super dark. Get mascara on your eyelid, just wait for it to dry and take a Q-tip and rub it gently where the spot is, and it'll literally come right off. I layer my mascara, but other times I'm trying to get out the door so quick that I just stick with the one layer. I know a lot of people don't put mascara on their lower lash line, but I just feel so completely naked if I don't, and I just feel like it looks really weird on me. But what you do is totally up to you. There are no rules to makeup, but there are definitely tips and preferences in most people's eyes. It's a finished look. A lot of people have been requesting how I put on my false lashes and what products I use. Let me know if you would be interested in that. I can also do that. Otherwise, yeah, this is what I do on my lazy days. I know to some people it might be a lot, but like, this is very minimal to me, and it still looks so fresh, youthful, natural. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.